you know, I've argued against the spraying. You know, I've argued with the FWC commission on the spraying that is done in Rodman is probably the best that FWC does in the state, period, because it's such a minimal amount of spraying that they're only impacting very limited spots. They basically spray the barge canal. They don't spray the ramp anymore if they don't have to. Orange Springs East is about the only place you get sprayed. Rodman is about the only place in the state that looks like you and FWC are using their heads for spraying. Like you said, Russo, they'll take Russo and completely destroy every living thing in it. Whereas Rodman, y'all are doing a great job in there with the plant control. You were a little bit incorrect when you said that mechanical harvesting is less cost effective. Mechanical harvesting is proven to be more cost effective in open water, not in the conditions that you're using it. Where you're using it, yeah, it would be completely it would be completely ineffective because there's so limited amount that FDC spraying it on. And trust me, I've stood in front of the commissioner meeting and beat my head against the wall and told them they're a bunch of idiots, but to no avail. But y'all are doing a fine job.
May I follow up on that real quick? I've actually seen them spray Silver River, so they are spraying everywhere.
Well,
Okay,
they
well,
do.
Silver River.
They spray the Aquawaha upstream from Rodman. I have cost figures for all that. I mean, all these water bodies get treated.
They get treated to
Oh,
a certain
yeah.
extent, but what they're spraying in the pool of Rodman, you know, they don't spray, they're spraying as needed in there. And they're not spraying like, if you want to see spraying, go look at what Army Corps of Engineers does in St. Johns River. They have ruined the water quality in St. Johns River. There's no submergent vegetation to the land. There's nothing. And we're not here to talk about that.
No.
We're here to talk about the drawdowns.
All right, thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is my first drawdown, so I've been new to this. What's the source of the funding for the drawdown to include the spraying?
Well, the spraying's not really part of the drawdowns. The drawdowns help minimize having to do any herbicides or other types of water
And the funding
management.
for doing this?
Basically our typical operating funding, our recurring operating funding, because, you know, basically the staff that we have, we're doing, you know, normal hours, normal work that we'd be doing. If there wasn't a drawdown, the water levels would be up, we would be mowing the grass, taking care of the normal boat ramps, dumping the trash, there's portalets there, the vendors come in service, all that just shifts to these temporary ramps for a few months. There's not really, you know, and all we're doing is raising the spillway gates and letting more water out than is coming in temporarily, and then lowering the gates to pass through the water as it comes through, and we're at the 11-foot level, and then we lower the gates to start refilling. So it's basically altering the flow routine. There's no cost. It's not like somebody's charging us, you know, for the water to be let out, and we're doing what we normally do, just getting an altered flow routine.
So I guess what I'm getting at is where the original money comes from to do your operation to begin with.
Okay.
And with this money, with this source, where I'm assuming it's the taxpayer, correct?
Well, we've got the Land Acquisition Trust Fund, there's a State Park Trust Fund, there's legislative appropriations, there's a lot of different, you know,
So there's
state
a lot of different
funds.
funding.
Yes, sir, a lot of
But
different.
this money could be used elsewhere if it wasn't used for drawdown.
No, if we want to start closing boat ramps, campgrounds, and cut off operations, then that money can be spent elsewhere. We're basically, you know, the same staff, we don't add staff for drawdowns, we
But I
don't,
mean, if it's used elsewhere in Florida, is what I'm asking. I mean,
if we close the greenway, we're robbing the road. Yes, sir.
Besides the $10,000 for spraying, do you have an estimate, and I realize it comes in chunks, of the average annual cost of maintenance for the reservoir?
We get asked this periodically. It's around, and just recurring maintenance is around $150,000 to $200,000 a year. And that includes OPS staff that operate the lock and make the spillway gate changes at the dam. Yes, sir.
Follow up on that, what's the condition of the equipment for it, and is there an estimated lifetime to where you're gonna have to replace it?
Well, it needs repair and maintenance like any structures do. All those structures are a little over 50 years old. And we've had engineering inspections done in the last 4 years. And I think we've got several $100,000 worth of repairs that need to be done sooner rather than later.
But it's not crisis.
No. Yes, sir.
Mickey, is there any concern within the DEP as to the cumulative economic impact associated with all these drawdowns? I mean, do we reach a point where we say that we spend a lot of money doing the same thing time and time again, and it's not efficient?
Well, and I would argue the counterpoint to that. I think it is efficient and a good use of taxpayer dollars, because instead of spending $1 million or $2 million a year on traffic control using chemicals or mechanical means, we're using water level fluctuations to do the vast majority of water
Are there studies that address that? Are there any economic studies that address and compare?
No, but I think you can look at Lake Russo and see that. And something I've seen firsthand. during
No, I'm
my-
sure, I don't mean to compare with other water bodies.
Okay.
I just mean
Right.
to have a system where we have one drawdown perpetually, forever. What is the
Okay.
cumulative? That's what I'm talking about.
Well, and I will say, and again, I'm not trying to get one side or the other. After Irma, the state spent $5.3 million cleaning up the Ocklawaha River, all the fallen snags and trees that were blown down. So that was a FEMA level cleanup, but it was $5.3 million to clean up the free flowing Ocklawaha River upstream from it. And it included part of the lower part of Silver River. So that has a cost too. Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about any construction and engineering that would be done during the drawdown?
Yeah, they're looking right now at doing concrete. There's an undermining of the sill apron on the downstream side, having that grouted, and the cable debris barrier on the upstream side of the spillway, having that repaired, replaced.
And will they be evaluating the structure itself while they're accomplishing?
That's been done several times in the last 4 years, so that's in overall pretty good condition. And some bolts on the gate seals need to be replaced. And that's about it, other than actually FWC's funding a project over east of the main part of the reservoir to replace the Camp Branch culvert because it's badly corroded and needs to be replaced. So, and they're funding that. Yes. Okay.
What, I'm aware of some of the special projects, like the logs that were removed, you told me it was just under 300,000 last year?
Yeah, that's what we spent for debris removal at the dam between Matthew and Irma.
Right. So how does that fit in if the annual cost for maintenance is,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
About 150 to 200,000. That's just average cost. Those are special.
Right, so-
Okay, when you get two major hurricanes and they blow, thousands of cubic yards of debris up on the face of the dam, that's not typical operations and maintenance.
Right, so how do you factor that in? I mean, it is a cost.
Yeah. Well, we have all the spreadsheets and all those. We had a recent public records request. We provided all that information as requested, and we always do that when we're asked. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, just to be clear, the 150 to 200,000 number that you just quoted, is that just FDEP? That is?
Yeah, that's out of our normal operating budget.
Okay, but there are other agencies that.
And again, by comparison, just because it's similar on the west end of Greenway, Lake Russo is contracted out. It has two spillways there that we're contracted out to the Southwest Florida Water Management District to operate and maintain. And DEP gets a special category appropriation every year for $150,000 that pays for the typical operation and maintenance of those two spillways over at Lake Russo. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw in that during your drawdown, we're gonna take the opportunity, our bridge at 310 needs repair, and while that water's down, it's gonna save the county a lot of money to do that repair right then. So we're looking forward to the drawdown because it helps us economically.
Yeah, they're scoured at the feet of the supports of the 310 Deep Creek Bridge. And so they're gonna use the opportunity of the drawdown to go in there and get that shored up and repaired. Yes, guy?
Nikki, do you have a count of how many manatees come through the locks?
We do, yes.
And do you see a fluctuation when you're doing the drawdown? Or, I mean, I guess
The drawdowns are in the wintertime when the water's colder. We don't see typically nearly as many manatees in the wintertime. So, you know, we see a lot less in the winter months during the drawdown.
And when you think that you'd see more?
No, not when the water's that cold. They're at the
They're already in the
large
spring.
springs or the power plants, wherever they can find thermal refuge. I was told and that there were manatees, at least some that were in Silver Spring, Silver River all last winter. So they are getting through there, as I told you before the meeting. I'm seeing more manatees in the reservoir than I've ever seen.
Well,
They're always at the lock during warm weather. And I think on the counts that we just had put together, I think the counts, and again, our staff that are there are trying to do the best job they can of counting them. There were over 400 sightings, I think, of manatees during the past year. And it's climbing. The numbers we're seeing, and we've seen, I've had reports, as I told you also before the meeting, that manatees are venturing not only to Silver Springs and Silver River more than they did in the past. Of course, there's more manatees than there have ever been, to my knowledge. And I know Monica, I saw you in here somewhere, she's a manatee person, so. Are there more manatees now than there ever have been?
Well, there's more manatees that, once you start counting manatees.
Yes.
We're at a higher level than back in the 70s.
Okay. And, so, you know, we should see more, but we're seeing more and more, and, they've gone through Moss Bluff, the lock that the Water Management District operates upstream from the confluence of the Silver and Ocklawaha rivers. I've had that confirmed verbally by Water Management staff, and actually Monica confirmed that to me recently.
Well, Nikki, to follow up, so, you know, my thought was that if they had even more free access, the economic benefits to Putnam County, to the springs along the Ocklawaha there, and to Silver would be greatly increased. Like, for instance, Three Sisters Springs, you know, there's several hundred manatees go in there, and people, the economy of Blue Springs and of Crystal River and those areas are booming because of the freedom the manatees have to really congregate as their numbers increase. And it seems like that would be a huge economic benefit to both counties to really, you know, factor that into the equation.
Well, like I said, they're overwintering at Silver Springs. We've got that happening, which I'm not aware of that having happened, you know.
There were always one or
quarter
two
century.
here and there, you know, but, and there are more but they're needing more places for warm water because, otherwise you have a major die-off when they get caught away from the springs.
Yeah.
Speaking of manatees, at the stakeholder meeting, you brought up a culvert replacement project that I guess has been an obstruction for manatees. What was the estimated cost for that?
The estimated cost, I think, was around $300,000. I haven't looked at it in a while, but I think that's the estimated cost. And the situation was, there's a culvert that was when the Barge Canal was dug from the main part of the reservoir east of where this map shows. You keep going, and it goes out to about here where the Putnam Lock and the St. Johns River is off this map. But just east of 19, where Half Mile Creek drains some wetlands from the north, the creek goes down across where the Barge Canal is, and then turns, goes through Caravel WMA, and then goes out to the St. Johns River. Well, we had somebody walking on a trail out there in the woods. There's a culvert on the south side of the Barge Canal, where the creek just dumps into the Barge Canal. Directly opposite that, on the south bank and berm of the Barge Canal, there was a culvert, about a 4-foot diameter culvert, corrugated galvanized culvert with a screw gate to control flows on the south side for the 4 days. We got a report of manatee being on the other side of that culvert. They'd gone through the culvert. At the time, is what was, you know, I guess, hypothetically how it got through there. So it was on the south side of the berm and the culvert, away from the Barge Canal. When you got with the FWC, they brought a machine, removed manatee, put it back where it was supposed to be. Later on, more were found. Well, after that first one, we closed that screw gate that controls that culvert. The culvert has a lot of corrosion in it. It's old. I've been told it was only replaced once in the last 50 years by the Corps around in the 80s. So we closed the screw gate after the first one to prevent them from being able to come from the Barge Canal side. Well, then manatees still show up, and this is during the Matthew Irma days. where we had extremely high levels on the St. Johns River. I had had a, I would call it spirited discussion, but just kind of some back and forth with manatee biologists with FWC about the potential of them coming through Half Mile Creek and up to that side of the structure off the St. Johns River directly versus through the Barge Canal and then through the culvert. And with the culvert closed, it seems to me the odds of them getting through there, again, we haven't sent divers down there to see how big the corrosion holes in that culvert are or anything, but we have more manatees show up on the downstream side of that culvert. So now the new culvert that's been designed and is supposed to be installed during the drawdown has manatee exclusion barriers on the upstream Barge Canal side. And we have letters, we consulted the design consultants on the project, got with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, FWC, all their manatee experts about the best way to design it, what's needed, and they said at this time, just put the exclusion devices on the upstream side of the culvert on the new one. And then we'll see if manatees show up on the downstream side of it again, and they'll know they need to put exclusion devices on the south side. So we will see.
I've read a lot about this. I've never done one of these meetings before. Frankly, I am shocked at what I'm hearing. I don't know how everybody else feels in this room. I'd like to see a show of hands of how many people want, I mean, I know this is a meeting specific to drawdown. I get that. How many people want the natural system back restored in this space?
Well, that's kind of set up, wasn't
Well,
it?
I'm sorry.
No, it's not a setup. That's a
That's why we showed up.
Showed up without the drawdown, not without the drawdown.
It's not millions of dollars, trying to keep this crazy idea about nature in its place and never keeping its place. I'm outraged at how you are manipulating this natural system to control what these humans want to see happen here. I just can't get over what I'm hearing. Millions of dollars are being spent on this reservoir where you want to control habitat, you want to control manatees that want to come and go. You want to control nature that wants to be nature. And we in our arrogance think that we're going to put in culverts and dams and block it up and spend hundreds of millions of dollars to do this and do that. When this is shocking to me. And if no one else is shocked in this room, it's awesome. I don't know how FWC can stand here along with water management and allow these shenanigans to go on. I'm just outraged. I feel for the animals, I feel for the aquatic species. They do not have a voice. Here we are trying to give them a voice, and you're talking about millions of dollars of restorations, millions of dollars of doing this and that, and $100,000 this and $100,000 that. When if you opened everything up, the manatees would come in and eat your food. The ecosystem would be doing what it needs to be doing, not what you think, not personally. Not what FWC thinks should be happening, but what the natural system wants to have happen. I'm shocked.
Well, and I don't know if you missed it, but I did mention that over $5 million was spent clearing obstructions on the natural Waha
And that's
River.
another thing. You think that that's okay? I don't think that's okay. It's a natural thing.
What
Let
happened
it
to that
fall.
river and hurricanes thousands of years ago? It was a massive system. Nobody was around worried about the sticks and the monsters and everything. It doesn't happen. That's a natural way to go.
Restore the
Why would you spend money to go?
Right.
So you got a dam down there to propagate.
Let the trees fall where they may.
And we did not put the dam there, man. It was put there over 50 years ago.
Humans put
by
the
a
dam
totally
there.
different.
Sure, manatees would keep it in there.
Keep it, that's right.
You know, I don't want to get into a debate with you about this. Are we not doing the same thing when we do prescribed burns and manipulate the woods to mimic nature?
That's why you keep
Different
trying to
subject.
deflect.
We don't
I'm
manage
trying to
nature.
control meetings. I don't need the deflection. We're talking about Rodman Reservoir, we're talking about this situation. We're not talking about burns, we're not talking about another lake system or so. We're not talking about this system right here.
Okay. And again, we all respect each other's opinions. And I know there's a lot of strong feelings in here. Yes, ma'am.
So, I really point is well taken, but I'm also shocked at what we don't know. We don't know the value of the amount of carbon that would be taken out of our global warming disaster if we had trees instead of crushed, ugly, dying floodplains. there's a huge amount of acreage, you probably know maybe how much it is, that quickly could be trees that would eat carbon and give us oxygen. And at some time, at some point, people in this room that have kids and grandkids and even a young dog are gonna be experiencing a deep quality of life decline if we don't start looking at what trees value our lives, give value to our lives.